just have a quick presentation on the various innovations that have happened in the bullion industry. Since 2003, ever since my career began, it's been always gold industry. Gold industry was always boring until innovations make every transaction interesting and meaningful. Going back to 2003, the first ever innovation that actually happened in our industry was the launch of MCX. It actually changed the way we looked at the gold trading. You know, MCX and NCDX both started at the same time. NCDX was powered by institutions like NSE and ICICI. And both the exchanges had advisory board, people from the industry. But MCX won. You know why? Because MCX actually listened to the advisory board who was from the industry. They were very simple advice, things like 2-month cycle aligned to COMEX, sellers of physical delivery. Here NCDX opted for 1-month cycle and they were settling the contract for cash and not for delivery. There was evening trading that was started by MCX first and they had internet-based trading. These are just 4 simple things which made MCX the winner against NCDX, which was actually expected to do better because of the institutional background that they had. But because of the efforts made by Jignesh Bhai and team, MCX today is the largest exchange for gold. It's actually the monopoly exchange. Market cap is 62,000 crore. This is only because MCX listened to the industry. Around the same time, India almost launched the first ever gold ETF in the world. You will be surprised to know that before US and Australia launched the gold ETFs, it was actually India and Indian companies which filed the paper with the regulators and they used to call it paper gold. Unfortunately, it took some time for it to be approved after the international markets have already launched it. Today, the gold and silver ETF market is at 3 lakh crore. Only and only because of this product innovation, something like this could happen. And this is only becoming bigger by the day. This is straightforward, plain vanilla, warehouse receipt which is tradable on the exchange. It could have happened easily in India first, although because the paper was also filed. But this is one innovation which is going to take AUM even bigger. Although the futures exchange was there, MCX, spot trading was a big problem. The exchanges could not launch spot exchange because of various issues in the law, the FCRA Act and the Mandi Act. And all the transaction related to bullion used to happen on the phone. For every transaction, there used to be 10 phone calls just to ask the rates, and then one transaction used to take place. In that scenario, it was very difficult to scale up the business beyond 1 or 2 states. And it was very difficult to give a live price, or it was very difficult for jewelers to understand the price. The market used to operate in a way where jewelers used to buy from middlemen. The middlemen used to go different prices to jewelers. The jewelers were charged different premium on the basis of the quantity they used to buy from different banks or these middlemen. And there used to be a lot of defaults because these middlemen used to sell gold at a slight discount to these jewelers and then one day they used to vanish. In 2012, we launched the Augmont spot platform to address all these issues. This was the first ever time 2-way live quotes were given for physical bullion. T+2 delivery was assured and the same price was offered to all the jewelers. So what used to happen earlier in terms of 10 phone calls turned into online execution. The price opacity went away and there was transparency. And the counterparty risk which was there because of the middlemen became into a formal settlement. 2013, Augmont was the first company to launch digital gold. We used to call it Bullion India and it was rebranded as Augmont Digital Gold. The idea was very simple. Unfortunately, in gold ETFs, there was no physical delivery for retail customers. And every retail customer wanted physical delivery because this is what we Indians want. The only way was to buy coins, but the denominations were higher, the investment was higher. So the idea was very simple. Why can't customers have the experience of buying gold? That's the way they buy shares in smaller quantities. And then they can opt for delivery whenever they want. This is when digital gold was launched. So if ETFs are the financial exposure and coins had the higher denomination, digital gold was a fractional investment and answer to the problem that customers were facing. This became the bridge between ETFs and coins. In 2020, we integrated all the retail products into a platform called Gold for All. The idea again here was that everything related to the gold life cycle, which you can see here, should be possible on the single app for any retail customer. Whether he wants to buy, whether he wants to sell, whether he wants to leverage, or whether he wants to monetize. Everything should happen on one single platform. If you go to see, this is the typical life cycle of gold, and Gold for All enables every single journey of gold on the app. Today, we have 4.5 crore customers doing this. Similarly, for customers, especially in India, gold is a part of our life right from birth to legacy. We have different products at different life stages. Especially if you go to see in South India, the use of gold is so high in case of any kind of emergency, whether it is requirement for marriages, whether it's requirement for health or education. They're always ready to pledge the gold and avail loan against it. Similarly, there are various options of different kind of products at different life stages that people opt for. And we have tried our best to offer all the products to our customer.
Invest in something that will bring light to your life. Invest on the goal. No matter how big or small.
1, 2, 3.
Don't just invest in gold. Invest in the standard. Because that's what everything under the sun gets compared to. Augmont, the gold standard of gold.
The idea behind the film is that if everything in the world is getting compared to gold, for any category of loyalty points or any category of cards, everything at top layer is always gold. But then what is gold compared to? The next set of reforms that happened in 2022, which unfortunately has not taken off, is the EGR. And we believe EGR is the next way forward. India will change the way they buy gold. We simply believe that India will eventually have to recycle a lot of gold and reduce its dependency on import of gold, because the import bill is only rising by the year. Dematerialization of gold solves that. Old gold can be dematerialized at the jewelers. Instantly they can get the credit, and they can opt for lending it through the SLB platform, which is the securities lending and borrowing platform of all these exchanges. Manufacturers can then borrow these EGRs against security, redeem them for their bars, and manufacture jewelry. Unfortunately, there are still some clarifications required in the GST, which Surendra Bhai is working really hard on. If EGRs take off, it will really help the industry overall. And this is one of the innovations that is currently going to make a big difference in our industry. So till now, if futures enabled the market liquidity, ETFs got the financialization of gold. The spot platform led to the formalization of the bullion market. Digital gold led to the democratization of gold, and EGRs are the optimization for the gold products. What is the next thing? Today, jewelers just don't want to buy gold. They want an operating system so that everything related to gold and everything related to the other requirements for their jewelry can be taken care of in one single platform. They need operating intelligence. Launching the new avatar of Spot, version 2. The Spot version has been taken to the next step, where everything related to their requirements will be taken care of, including buying of lab-grown diamonds, stones, alloys, chemicals, whether it's availing insurance, research, or whether you want to resell digital products, which can be offered to the retail customers, which we are already offering to around 4.5 crore customers. And everything else related to gold and silver and platinum is already there. This is the spot platform which you're already used to. This is the LGD platform where we have 1 million stones. All the stones have specific details and videos related to it right from the growers.
Jewelers and traders often struggle with dozens of platforms just to run their daily business. Not anymore. Your preferred spot platform is now available in an all-new avatar. Trusted by more than 4,900 jewelers, Augmont introduces an unified business app. Everything that your jewelry business needs in one app. Check live market rates and book your bullion with a single click. Find the right diamonds for your jewelry at benchmark prices. Source high-purity chemicals and refined alloys for polishing and casting. Your customers want digital gold. Now you can offer it too and earn more. Every festival, every occasion, customers come to you. Now offer a wide range of gold and silver coins. Offer your customers authentic gold jewelry from Augmont. Customer asks, is it authentic? Now you show them on the spot through HUID. Protect your inventory and shipments with partner-friendly insurance plans. Access news, forecasts, and the economic calendar to stay ahead of the bullion market. One Augmont business app opens up multiple business opportunities for you. Give your jewelry business the modern edge. Visit the business app section at business.augmont.com today.
Thank you so much. Today we have already seen lots of innovative products being introduced, whether it's the IGM or when Tether spoke about the gold tokenization internationally. This is the innovation from Augmont for all the jewelers in India. Thank you.